when he said that slavery was a choice. I didn't want to talk on it because I think that there are certain things that are so ignorant that you should just ignore it. It's a given. Like anybody that thinks that slaves were literally bound and they chose to stay there, well, they're just ignorant. And Kanye is at a certain point where he is too smart to be that ignorant. So something gotta be going wrong in his head. We have to help people with mental illness, but at the same time, you can't use mental illness as an excuse because we are one body, we are a collective mind. So if one person is fucking up, we all fucked up. I didn't really have any expectations for when I was first putting out stuff. Like I started YouTube like back when nobody was doing YouTube. So to get like 100 views was like a huge deal. Like to get your first 1,000 views, like that was crazy. Cause this was like back in like 2007, 2006. So I would get like 8 views, 10 views, 15 views. And I would do it mostly for myself. Like it was just like a hobby. You know, like kind of like documenting for like a time capsule for me to be this age now and look back and be like, wow, 10 years ago I did this. A lot of people know me, a lot of people don't know me. So I know definitely at least like 5 times per hour, like walking through Harlem, someone will recognize me and be like, oh, you that guy from Chop Cheese, blah, blah, especially when I go to the busier areas like Lenox Ave. There's this weird dichotomy because I'm on the east side, so when I'm on 125th, in the east side, like that whole little mecca of like drug slums and like addiction and like police occupation, like people don't really recognize me there because it's a lot of times people don't even recognize themselves. But then like once you walk a little bit westward to like where more the bougie blacks live and like the black people with money, that'd be like, oh no, this is a great thing that things are being gentrified. Like things there, it's like way more calm. The energy is way different. And it's always weird seeing people from like a different class say that they love what I do. Because it's like, okay, you love what I do, but what are you doing to ensure that what I'm trying to do happens? Black people lead entertainment everywhere, but it's all white owned. Any kind of media source, Facebook, Twitter, like Black Twitter, like we basically making all these dollars and not really seeing the fruits of our labor. Me trying to make my own website with its own video sourcing was my attempt at taking ownership within capitalism. But the issue with capitalism is that it is literally set up, like it's infrastructurally set up so that you can't do that. What I want people to learn is that half the shit you like, you were taught to like it. And most of the things you believe in, you don't really believe in it, you're just comfortable with it. Like it's just all you've known. You have to constantly take the steps to challenge yourself in your own way of thinking and challenge why you believe those things. And if you really believe that within yourself or you've just been taught that. That's why through my comedy and through my artistry, I'm constantly trying to push that boundary and kind of like poke at someone and badger them about their beliefs so that they can challenge themselves and be like, wow, I never thought about it this way. I put up this video of me like wearing this dress that I had, and I made like this joke because my dad was like, why are you wearing clothes that belong to women? And I was like, the real question is, you wearing leather, why are you wearing clothes that belongs to a goat? And it's just crazy like how like everything black people do is naturally politicized or like revolutionary, like anything we do that's like a political talking point. But really I'm just doing whatever, like that's just, I do my nails because I like them, not because I'm trying to be revolutionary, not because I'm trying to make a statement or some kind of like important message. It's literally just me being me because I like how it looks. Everything that I do challenges some sort of idea. Like the recent video I just made called How to Know It's Official is basically like a satire on like how do you know when your relationship is official, like when are y'all really a thing. Like for example, like when we just met just now, that's a relationship. Like even when you emailed me and I emailed back, that was the start of a relationship because you knew I existed and I acknowledged that you existed. So whether the relationship be a business one or a friendship, or literally I see you walking down the street every day and we say hi and that's it, that's a relationship. There's nothing unofficial or official about it. It just is what it is, and those terms change. Like, you know that the relationship is real when your girl farts in front of you, because now she's more comfortable and more open with you. But the thing is, she might be comfortable to fart in front of you, but she might not be comfortable telling you what happened to her when she was like 5 or 6 years old, like some traumatic event. But you're constantly learning and growing with somebody. So when is it really official? When is it like, oh, it's real now? My folks were very much into music, especially my dad. Like, he kind of lived vicariously through me, like, because he always wanted to be a musician, but he wound up being a tailor. So he would always buy me a shit ton of instruments. And I first started off with saxophone when I was 9. And I would listen to a lot of different music, like whether it be rock. Like, everybody always has like this stereotypical view of the hood, like, oh, all of them just listen to hip hop and rap. A lot of us ain't even like hip hop. Like, it wasn't really relatable to me as a kid because I was kind of I wasn't sheltered, but like I was always like inside. I didn't start really experiencing the hood until I started like stepping outside and like really observing it for myself. People in the hood are like so multifaceted, like we so like versatile in our musical taste that we listen to everything. I think a roadblock I had was like way further down. Once you start getting good and you seeing all the flaws, you start to become a perfectionist. But then like once you become a perfectionist, you start not putting out material, or you start being so hard on yourself that you're no longer as consistent as you were before. You're no longer as confident in your work anymore. You start being overly critical to the point where like you're not putting out any material. And an artist is someone that creates pieces of art. So if you don't put nothing out, then you're kind of defeating the purpose of being an artist.
Now I gotta get on you on this because I saw your video talking about Dragon Ball Z and Naruto being trash. I'm gonna give you a chance to rephrase yourself if you want to. Did you really mean what you said when you said?
I meant every part of that except for the part with the orange jumpsuit, because obviously I'm wearing orange jumpsuit and I'm not a trash anime character, you heard? I'm not a trash anime character. But yeah, I dead don't like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. I enjoyed it a lot when I grew up, but I think it's very juvenile, especially after I've seen a lot of other anime, you know, relative to it. It's a fun anime, it's an entertaining anime, but it's also very mind-numbing. It's just like, I don't see no appeal in it much.
Fair enough. We out here with Jeffrey Almonte and Harlem, baby. We out.